ready for something new, original, and beautiful. A game that draws inspiration from ancient folklore and adds the cutting-edge innovations of today, creating an action-adventure like none before. From Capcom's Clover Studios, feast your eyes on Okami. When you play Okami, you'll notice a unique visual style, a creative brainstorming bonus that seemingly fell from the heavens.
We'd always been really good at making realistic type Resident Evil or Devil May Cry action sort of games in the past. And one of the basic concepts that we wanted to work off here was to take that sort of style and make it more nature-based. And when we tried to do that in 3D realistic graphics, it just didn't look as pretty as we thought it would. Then one of the designers on the team was just doodling one day and came up with this Japanese-esque sort of art style. And when we looked at it, it took our breath away.
Your mythical crusade is to return color and life energy to a landscape rendered barren by the forces of evil.
In Okami, you basically take control of this main character named Amaterasu, who is actually a wolf god. It's your typical battle between good and evil. There's this ancient evil that used to attack the world, and back then Amaterasu fought against the evil and ended up sealing the evil away. Now, centuries have passed, and the evil has returned. Amaterasu comes back to help the world restore the life essence that has been drained by the revival of this evil character. The game itself is based roughly on a lot of Japanese story tales, but it's been designed so that anyone, whether they know these Japanese stories or not, is going to enjoy playing the game.
The main implement of interaction is the Celestial Brush, a magical power that is expressed through the movements of the wolf god's tail.
This game is going to have about 13 major celestial brush powers, and how you're going to do them in the game is you're going to press the R1 button, and then take the brush and slide it across the screen. Now, a simple slash, a direct horizontal line, can do many things in the game. For example, you can cut trees with it. When you cut any kind of background item, you'll be able to obtain that item. Your path may be barred by certain obstacles, and you can cut them out of the way and then proceed to new areas that you couldn't before. When it comes to combat, this simple horizontal slash can be used to defeat enemies, to fight them, to hit them, etc. There's one other power of the 13 that I can describe here, and that is there's a circle-like power in which you just draw a simple symbol, a circle, on the screen, and if you draw it around a dying tree or something, it brings that tree back to life. So it breathes life into whatever creature you interact with. By doing that, it begins to defeat that enemy. You're going to have to find their weak spot and then interact with it by using the Celestial Brush.
Mastering the Celestial Brush is much easier than it sounds. The design makes it intuitive and fun.
The controls are so natural, anybody can pick it up and just play it. It's such a new gameplay concept that it's not available in other games. It's going to take a little getting used to, but if you just follow the tutorial that's in the game, and it's a very user-friendly tutorial, everybody should be able to pick it up in no time flat and be able to interact with their game surroundings as freely as their creativity allows.
Along with the outlet for your artistic expressions, Okami features some incredible nature effects and sublime artwork. But don't be deceived by all this beauty.
We can guarantee you that even though the art is beautiful, even though the art is unique, it still has core gameplay that makes it fun to play. And I can say that with 100% confidence. So I hope that its unique feel doesn't turn off people. I hope they're willing to pick it up and try it out, because I can guarantee to anyone who does buy the game, they're not going to walk away unsatisfied with the gameplay experience that Okami has to offer.
15 years after the end of the reign of the noble Samanosuke. The clash between good and evil takes place on a new battlefield. The villain, Hideyoshi Toyotomi, has marshaled his Genma demons in feudal Japan. Soki and the other mystical samurai warriors must wage war, no matter what the cost. This is Onimusha, Dawn of Dreams, a different time and a different game from its predecessors, the Onimusha trilogy.
Onimusha was the first samurai game when PS2 was released. We wanted players who had never played samurai games before to understand Japanese history. We developed the series in 3 parts. This version, however, is different from the others in the series, and we wanted it to be new and distinct. In Onimusha 1, 2, and 3, the enemy had been Nobunaga. For this version, we concentrate on Hideyoshi's story, the lord who ascended right after Nobunaga. This helps separate this version from previous releases. To those Onimusha fans who think this game is merely a side story of the Onimusha series, I'll tell you right now, it's much more than that. I want fans to understand that this is the 4th self-contained installment. But the reason we didn't put a number on this game is we wanted to fundamentally change the contents of the game itself.
Dawn of Dreams features a powerful and flexible new fighting system. It delivers lightning-fast action with 5 playable characters, each with their own special abilities and weapons. And best of all, you can now switch between 2 characters on the fly.
Previous Onimusha users had been satisfied with the 1 versus 1 game, but we heard from many users, including those in the US, that they wanted to try some new things. At first, we simply increased the number of players. 5 players, including not only samurai, but also a priest, a gunslinger, and a street fighter. Each of these new players by himself would have had a difficult time fitting in the Onimusha universe, so we decided to pair them with traditional Japanese characters. 1 samurai and 1 of the other characters would expand Onimusha's action world. Therefore, we introduced the new pair system. So you can switch from 1 character to another in real time. In addition, while you play character A, for example, you're able to give commands to character B, which you aren't even playing at the moment. You can tell them to wait or whatever you want. The deeper the friendship between the 2 characters, the more efficiently they follow your orders.
Stay over there!
The new dynamic camera system allows you more freedom to move and explore throughout the feudal landscape. And when it's time for a battle, the action gets intense. Environments are constantly expanding as you learn more about each character and master each stage.
Another feature of this game that the players enjoy is the stage system. In a pair of characters, each has a different gimmick. If the players can find and use those gimmicks, they will find another new stage and expand the story. And the new free camera system allows the player to view more of the stage dynamically. As you clear the map, you may want to switch from your old partner to a new partner in order to discover new items and find new story developments. Even if you're playing the same map over and over, you will find new situations. This installment of Onimusha is less linear than previously, so even if you think you've cleared the stage, the new features allow it to constantly expand and offer new discoveries.
The battle rages. You must use your experience and rely on your samurai friends if evil is to be vanquished in Onimusha, Dawn of Dreams.
While previous installments of the legendary Shadow Hearts series have immersed its characters in Eastern and European environments, the upcoming third installment, Shadow Hearts from the New World, promises to take gamers and the RPG genre itself in an epic new direction.
Looking at the big picture, the main thing that is unique about Shadow Hearts and separates it from other RPGs is that the world and the settings that are seen in the series are based on real-world locations and history as opposed to a fantasy realm. But instead of being tied to those real events, we start twisting the world gradually by incorporating situations that were never possible historically. Thus, the story develops in a strange direction, which is unique to the Shadow Hearts world.
You're a cat!
What are you gawking at? What's so unusual about a talking cat these days, anyway?
Setting their sights on such American locales as Chicago, New York, and the Grand Canyon proved to be a unique departure for the game's designers, and a vivid arena from which to draw new characters.
Locations such as the Grand Canyon and parts of South America were good for dungeons, and so we thought that a setting from North and South America would be fun material to pick from.
I might be able to help you. Perhaps we can make a little deal. Ever heard of Al Capone? He's the man who runs this city.
We wanted the story of our new installment to take place during a period of recent history that was a turning point for the way people thought. So the backdrop of the Great Depression right after World War I was a natural choice.
Welcome to Garland's Detective Agency. I'm the boss, Johnny Garland.
The main character, Johnny Garland, is a 16-year-old boy who is basically a private detective. One of the overall objectives of the game is to see the growth of Johnny. He is unreliable during the first half of the game and weak in battle. You're going to have to be patient and not take him out of your battle party. This maturation is something that you might not notice at the beginning, but it's something that we want the gamers to seek out when they play the game. Another main character is the Native American heroine named Shania. This is the first time in the series that a female character uses soul fusion. This time around, the female character will fuse with the spirits that protect her tribe, and by doing so, she gains the power to beat her enemies. She is a polar opposite of Johnny, as she is a woman of incomparable strength.
Seeking to improve traditional RPG gameplay, the unique Judgment Ring battle system has been tweaked to deliver a new experience by drawing on the strengths of those past.
We wanted to differentiate the battle in this series from other RPGs, and since you have to spend so much of the game in battles, we came up with this unique system that has a lot of tension. The way it works is that there is a gauge that fills up with every attack that you make or defend against during battle. Once the gauge fills up, you can get 1 stock point. You have a maximum of 2 stock points that you can save. With the first one, you can execute a combo or position turn called a double, in which you can execute 2 attacks at once. By using up 2 stock points, you can execute a double combo, in which you can execute both double and combo attacks simultaneously. But your enemies can also use doubles and combos. So the strategy has been improved, requiring players to use the stock system effectively, while preventing their enemies from doing the same.
Okay, folks, I strongly suggest you all stand back.
Looking to deliver the familiar feel fans have grown to love, the development team has incorporated Shadow Hearts' hallmark humor throughout all aspects of the new game.
I think people who have played the previous Shadow Hearts would definitely expect the same sense of humor, and you can definitely see that in this latest installment.
That wouldn't be good. My image as a heroine would be ruined.
Heroine? Anyway.
With its eye-popping graphics, pulse-pounding action, and heart-thumping gameplay, Shadow Hearts from the New World is sure to be a worthy chapter in this epic series.
Looking for a little more action in your RPG? Then check out the latest offering from Namco, Tales of Legendia. This role-playing game infuses the famous Tales franchise with some high-powered 3D arcade action.
I've been making the Tales series as an RPG for the past 10 years, and Namco had been making fighting games. I was really excited to think about what kind of game we could make if we combined the know-how of creating the Tales series with the know-how of creating fighting games.
You'll recognize quite a bit from the previous Tales series, but there's plenty of new adventuring to be done aboard the Legacy.
The names of about half of the spells, techniques, monsters, and items are taken from the previous series. The world, characters, and history, however, are all completely new. Because RPG games are all about exploring the world, we thought the game wouldn't be fun if the world itself was not attractive. Tales of Legendia takes place on a giant ship called the Legacy. The two main characters, Sanel and Shirley, came to this ruined ship not because they wanted to, but because they were pulled in as they were sailing past it. As they explore the Legacy, they meet other characters that came here to accomplish their own objectives for various reasons.
And this story unfolds with a unique cast of dynamic characters thanks to one of Japan's leading animators.
We asked Kazuto Nakazawa to do the character designs this time around. As you can see from his recent animations, such as Kill Bill Volume 1, he can really make those characters move fluidly when he animates them.
Add in the latest in graphic techniques and motion capture, and you'll experience a complex yet simple look and feel.
People may think that the look of this game is fairly simple. This is a technique cultivated a long time ago in Japan. It is used primarily for theater plays. The movement of non-human characters like monsters were acted out by animators. This is how we created the animation of the dragon. Just like this.
We applied technologies called material mapping and color shadowing. Material mapping reflects the effects of surrounding lights onto the characters in real time. And color shadow allows an expression of color even within shadows.
To flesh out the story even more, music was specially composed for the game.
When I first saw this game, I felt a warm human quality in the graphics. So I tried to make my music more suitable by adding synthesizers to some songs, while having full orchestral songs as well.
But mostly this game is about adventuring and especially fighting. When the need to do battle with a massive monster arises, the Legendia's battle system delivers realistic fighting with real-time control.
There might be some American players that think the battle systems in RPGs are not very fun, but the linear motion battle system in the Tales series allows players to enjoy an RPG game as if they were playing an action game. So I really recommend this game to those who might not have enjoyed playing an RPG before.
It will be an exciting and epic experience when you hop on board and play Tales of Legendia.
Rated E for everyone. Rated T for teen.